pleasure having with me tonight on the couch to Faith Talk. This is Faith Talk in February. I hope you love the red and the white. Do you see us? And the glow on me and Dee's face. Yeah. But I want to welcome the Hinzies to the couch tonight. Yay! They are here tonight and we're going to talk about love. All right? This is the month that everyone celebrates love. I don't know why, but love should be celebrated every day. But this is such a unique couple, an amazing couple. They've been together for many, many years. And there is a thing that says, you know, you start early, you end early, but they're still here, married at a very young age, and is still going very strong, built a strong family. But of course, it didn't all go like that. Now, I'm not saying they was breaking up to make up. We can find out anyway, right? Because we can be very transparent tonight. But we're going to hear from them. And of course, if you have any questions about a relationship, about marriages, to any one of them, you can channel the questions and I will be happy to ask them. So welcome, Keith, and welcome, Devanya.
I'm excited.
I know. And Devanya said to me, everybody, we got to count the time. She said I must not rob her of her 12 minutes, okay? So, you know, we were 12 minutes late, and so I will make sure one's Instagram won't cut us off. She's not going to be robbed, okay? So, Dee and Keith, I want to talk about when you first met and where you grew up and how things were, and then we're going to get into a deep part, because there was something Devanya and I were talking, and I found out something that I never even realized. I didn't realize some things, and she sent me like a brief history about you both, and I was like, wow, like that blew me away, because you all had so much in common, and that was one thing that you had. Anyway, we're going to get there, but Keith and Devanya, let's talk. Where did you grow up, Keith? Where did you grow up, Devanya? And how did it all start?
You want me to go?
Ladies first, yeah.
Okay. So I was born and raised right here in Nassau. I left for a short time to go to boarding school in Canada. And then I came back. And I think maybe a year after I came back was when I met KJ. We were both in the studio recording music.
Everyone, we are going to get, okay, as the spirit leads, they both sing, everybody, we'll get there.
So, and shout out to Anton.
Shout out Anton.
Because he never lets us forget that he's the reason, you know, we met each other through him. Yeah. Anton brought me into the studio to do a couple of tracks, and that's how I met Keith, who is his cousin.
Wow.
So, so I remember, you know, telling Anton, I was like, hey, what the deal is with that. I was 19 when we first met.
So hold on, I can stop here. You was looking at KJ.
Oh yeah.
She was the one.
You like what you saw?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
So, and he was like, so Anton was like, man, not you too, man. Every girl coming here to record, you know? I say, listen, I'm not every other girl.
Right.
Understand? So anyway, long story short, here we are. But so we met in the studio, and the rest was history.
The rest was history. Yes, you can.
So yes, as you know, my name is Keith, aka KJ. All right. A lot of people don't know KJ is my artist name. I am a junior, but KJ came about. I just wanted an original name, so I chose KJ as my artist name. I grew up in Abaco, Treasure Key, Abaco. So I didn't grow up in Nassau. I grew up in Abaco. What else can I tell you about me before I go on into the juicy story?
Oh, this is gonna get hot.
Yeah. I moved back to Nassau, got into music, and of course, you know, physical fitness, shameless plug. I'm now a personal trainer. All right. So her and I met. I was at the studio. All right. Everybody know that blue studio on top of the hill, off of Tony Williams, the Olney Highway. There's a blue studio on top of the hill.
The hill.
The hill. Everybody knows that the hill. So Devanya walks in. All right? I mean, I look, you know, but, you know, I glance. It's like, all right, that's a little thing there. Little thing. You see?
Little thing.
All right, so I said, okay, I can play it off. You got to be smooth now, you know? You got to reel him in some other way. So she didn't know I do a little mind trick on her. But anyway, she came in the studio. My cousin was supposed to work on a project with her. She started working on a project, but something happened where they couldn't complete the project. So I took it upon myself to complete the project, right? But I don't record in the studio. I record at my home. Right? So anyway.
Oh.
So.
Oh, Christoph, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. So
you're gonna be okay.
now this, when I do my projects, it's slam bam, let's go. You know, I record, we get out. So I realized that the project took 1 week go by, 2 weeks went by. Alright, Divine, you always come by, we record and all that. And then my Grammy asked me like, alright, now who this one is and why she coming here? You know? So anyway, we finished a few projects and then we developed a friendship.
Right.
After that, she told me about her situation, which was similar to mine, before losing my father, and then I just stepped in. Wow. You know, I stepped in, and now we're here.
Now you're here. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to get to that part now because I want to get over all of that. Let's get over that hump.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into all the other juicy stuff. But the thing that I wanted to tell everyone was, as I got the information, please everyone, Skylar is here tonight. Please don't show her any love because we want her to leave tonight. So it's getting really good. But I found out that Keith and Devania are both orphans. And I asked her to explain, what do you mean by orphans? And she said, both Keith and I lost our parents. So I want you to take us back there of all of that. How did you lose your mom and dad? And Keith, how did you lose yours?
Go ahead.
All right. My father, I never knew my father. My father actually died celebrating my birth. He always wanted a boy. And when he got his boy, celebrating, that's why he named him. He named me after him. Wow. Right?
Right.
No so, Keith, I came about, he was excited, he went on a boat to party with his crew, of course, and the boat overturned and he passed, right? Wow. So actually my name was supposed to be Jerome Leon Hindu, but he named my grandmother, his name is Jerome, right. So he gave me his middle name, but my grandmother named me Keith Leon Hinzi. My mom and my grandmother named me after him. So she died, and my mom passed about 3 years now. I don't know, about 3 years ago.
Your mom died 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago now. And yeah.
Wow.
No mommy, no daddy.
No mommy, no daddy. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why I have them saying this. Go ahead.
So my mom passed of breast cancer when I was 10. And then my father passed 4 years after her. He did lighting and sound. So he was doing lighting for a PLP, like a rally at the Shirley Street Theater. And he was a perfectionist. So there was a wire hanging from the ceiling at the Shirley Street Theater, and he went up to go and fix it. And obviously, you know, they didn't have any harness or anything to protect you from falling. So he went up there and he was on the beams, pulling the wire up so it wouldn't be hanging out the ceiling, and he fell and succumbed to his injuries. A lot of people say he left because he couldn't bear to be, alive without his wife, because it was such a short time between the two of them. Right. It was just 4 years. So 10 when my mom passed and 14 when my dad passed. So by the time as I was 18, my aunt who lived with my brother and I, my younger brother, she moved out. So I was on my own from I was 18, taking care of my younger brother in the home.
No one was there with you?
Just me and him. The week after I turned 18, she moved. That was the agreement. So she took that very literal, and she was literally out by the next week. Wow. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I could elaborate with, but you're gonna have to bring me on.
Yeah, we agree to that. We agree to that.
We'll be here all night.
We agree to that. But how does it feel? Is there anything that, Caden and Carter, they don't know their grandparents? Am I right?
Yeah.
None of them know them.
Right.
No. What is one of the things that do you ever think about it?
Every time you need a babysitter, I think about it.
Yeah.
We need a babysitter, man, we could use Grammy or Granddaddy right now, but I think about it because I know that Caden, someone said that Caden reminds them of Devania's mom. The way he acts and how passionate he is with certain things. And I honestly would have, really not thinking about my grandparents, but I really would have want to meet her parents, because I've had people saying that I remind them of her father.
Wow.
You know, because I'm so similar to him. You know, he loves music, I love music. He DJs, I DJ'd.
Right.
You know, and I was into sound and audio and singing thing. You know, so it's weird.
That's
you know?
powerful because now
Yeah.
you came like a replacement,
Like a reincarnation.
more or less, and no one knew. You don't know each other parents. No one.
I
knew.
had the opportunity to meet his mom.
Yeah, she met my mom before she passed.
Right.
But I never met her parents.
Yeah, but he never had the opportunity. And I think about like, boy, you know, what if he met my parents? My father in particular was a very strict man. So I always say, and I think I've said to him before, I was like, I hope you know if my daddy was alive, there was no way we were getting married.
So Keith was not gonna.
21?
Well, not at that age, right?
Yeah.
But do you believe that he would pass the test for your dad?
I think so. I
You
do
told me
believe
that.
he would
You
have.
told me, yeah. My daddy would make you would love you, so.
Yeah, but I do have a older cousin that is just like he was the one that stepped in. I don't know if he's watching. He said he was gonna tune in.
I hope
but
he's there.
Duran, he's my older cousin, and from the minute my dad passed, he kind of stepped in as like a father for me. He gave me away, you know, and if he passed Duran test, so I take that to mean that, you know, he passed the daddy test. You know, he always, you know, he takes Kaden and Carter, you know, he said that's his grandchildren. So, you know, we do have people that, you know, that have replaced, you know, what would have been lack of, you know, grandparents. But, you know, the difficulty of, you know, I always tell friends who have their parents around who they always able to drop them off and that kind of thing. I'm like, you better be
Cherish
thankful
that. I have one.
for that, you know,
Cherish it,
because people take little things like that for granted, you know, like if something pops up, we have to be scrambling around trying to figure out who could keep the kids, you know, so.
But you know, I've never, I mean, I honestly, I was taken back by it because I thought that Keith had his parents and you had your parents because the kids, nothing is missing with them. Right. They're so happy and maybe they're happy because they don't know. You know, and it's like, I thought Grammy and Nana and Papa was around.
But my Grammy, she feels in that place because she, like every time I take Kaden and Carter to Grammy, say, well, we're going to Grammy Hinsey. So every time he goes there, he says, oh, we're going to Grammy Hinsey. So he has the opportunity to meet my grandmother.
My grandmother is still alive as well. So
But Keith KJ, you grew up as a gentleman, no father. Who grew you up?
My aunt. Now, well, before I moved to Abaco, I was bad. I tell people now, I was bad. I was short, and I didn't like people taking advantage of me. So before I gave you an opportunity to do something to me, I would do something to you.
Right.
Yeah. So I was very troubled child. When I was younger, and my mom, she's like, you know what? Before I have to bury you, you know, or before someone gives me the call to say like, yeah, your son is dead somewhere, I have to send you to your aunt. My aunt was a principal, teacher, youth pastor, disciplinarian. So I get plenty cut backside.
Oh, wow.
When I was in Abaco, and ain't only one place to come back, and that's Nassau, and I had no money to fly back, so I had to deal with it. She straightened me up good. So, my aunt, Lendina Mills, she really is a major factor in the gentleman that I am now, and my aunts, my aunt, my grandmother, everybody.
Women grew you up.
Yeah, women grew me up, and I keep it real. I know what to say. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Because people, I just want to say that.
When you grow up, you know, saying, "Oh yeah, your child." No,
that's something. That is true. Wow, all women. So when did you both realize that you have had a passion for singing and you found that voice?
I was singing. Well, before I started singing, I played instruments. You know, my brother, we had like a competition that who could outdo the other. So he started playing. He went in the Church of God band, and I wanted to go so bad. I know my man was like, no, you're not going. So I took it upon myself to learn an instrument. So he would learn the trumpet, I would learn the trumpet. He would do the trombone, I would do the trombone. And then we just learned instruments. I started singing, and he just gave up because he couldn't sing. I just kept doing it. So
because you were the singer.
Yeah, and then I remember singing at a show in Abaco, and yeah, it all went uphill from there. The feedback I got was like, wow, I actually love this. So I just kept it. Yeah.
Wow. And you, Dee?
So my godmother is Lisa McCartney. She's the founder and principal of Windsor and Meridian School.
Right.
So she's all about entertainment and singing and that kind of thing. So I don't know how, I think she just asked, like there was a show coming up and she was just like, hey Dee, come try sing this song. And so when I started singing, she was like, wait, hold on now.
Right, oh Lord. Did you hold the note?
I did.
Okay.
So she was like, hey, you could sing for true. So that was, I think I started when I was around 10, so all through primary school. I was singing.
One moment. They're saying they cannot hear anything, but people are saying, is something wrong? Christoph, could you check for me on the side?
I can check.
You check too. Everybody just check the voice. Because
nothing wrong.
Aslan, sorry, I think you may need to check your phone.
Yeah.
Because everyone's phone is blasted in here. So that means we can hear.
Thumbs
People
up.
are commenting.
Thumbs up.
If you can hear, send some hearts across the screen. Thumbs
hearts.
up, do something. Because I want to make sure that everyone can hear. Okay, Tanya says we can hear. We can hear, I can hear. Okay, everyone. Aslan, you need to turn your phone up, honey. Yes, I believe it's our phone. So Dee, back to you.
Yeah, so all through primary school, I was singing, you know, the national anthem for opening of ceremonies and that kind of thing. And I just been singing ever since. I did pageant, so for talent, singing would always be my talent. And I just been singing ever since.
You all ever thought about the Hinsey Singer-grams?
We have so much going on right now. Like honestly, the most we can do right now is just sing together and just post it on our page.
Yeah, we plan on doing some duets for our YouTube page.
I think so. But I saw one, but I didn't really finish watching it yet. But
we actually have songs together. She don't want me to release that. What's one? No. No, the one.
They're from years ago. They don't even sound the same anymore.
Okay.
Wow. Everyone, if you think before the session is out, you want to hear Keith and Devanya sing, please post it here that you want to hear the Hinzies sing a note because they both can really sing. Keith actually sung to me when Freddie proposed to me, and I thought I was about to die because I wanted to know who was this guy, why is he here, and what is he doing to me? And I think it was so deep that Freddie had to stop him because Freddie was about to cry as well. So he was like, please stop. But Freddie knows that Keith sung us under the table. I mean, you know, the only thing left for me to do was slide under that table. But it was so good. So if you want to hear them sing, please come. Oh, people are saying it. People are saying, yes, let's hear Melody. And she looks damn good. Freddie said, what is he crying for? Baby, when Keith was singing to me, when you proposed.
I get up. I saw you crying. I didn't cry.
No, but I can tell you something.
I made my
I can tell you something. Freddie was literally sweating. He was sweating rocks.
Yeah. So it wasn't tears, it was sweat.
It was sweat. Right. He was really sweating as if I don't know what's gonna happen but anyway, I don't want to sign Freddie up. This ain't our show, Freddie. This is the Hinsey show. And I want to get back to them. But people are saying that they want to hear you sing, so probably if we get there, they want to bust a note, guys. People are saying that, so you're all gonna sing tonight. So how's the proposal and all of that? You're young, 19 and 21. How did you, hold on, people may want to know, because I know they want to ask me. Hold on, y'all didn't just get to marriage.
No.
Y'all started dating?
Yeah, we started dating.
Living together.
No, honestly, like I was so, like when I met her, hearing her story, and her brother is autistic, right? So he didn't have that male figure 24/7, right? So after hearing her story, I was like, you know what? I really like this girl. I'm interested in her.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna take that next step and, you know, like be with her. You know.
Wow.
And like because she literally was like doing everything, and in my mind, it's like it's no way. Me being, you know, I'm gonna let you do this. So my role was to like step into her life and just take over and help her out. And to this day, it's still the same way. You know. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the part he missed out was what was another push for him because we actually lived together prior to getting married.
Right.
So we dated for like six odd months.
6 odd months, yeah.
And then I had a very crazy ex-boyfriend who...
Oh,
I was thinking about that.
Oh,
can I say it? Can I talk
yes, you
about
can
it?
talk about it.
I didn't want to mention because I didn't know
No,
how.
I'll just say, you know, what was like the icing on the cake for him to move in. There was one particular night we were together that night, and then like we were out, and the whole time we were out, my ex was like blasting my phone, like calling. I kept ignoring the calls. He I had like 50 something odd missed calls in my phone, and KJ kept saying, D, I really think I should stay by you tonight. I was like, that boy is not that crazy. He's not gonna come to my house.
Right.
You know? Well, so I dropped him off, went home, and sure enough, the young man came to my house. And not only did he come to my house, but he had a best friend who was a locksmith. So not only did he come to my house,
did he pick the lock?
he let himself in the door.
Wow.
So I was on the phone with KJ the whole time, and he let himself in, and there was a whole
I was
thing.
ready to run from Carmichael to Westridge.
Oh my God.
So
luckily, my aunt and uncle live right next door, and it only could have been God because they just came back that morning from a 3-week European cruise.
Wow.
So they just was back home, and so they came. They heard all the commotion, and they came next door and, you know, settled everything down, and then he left. So after that happened,
I stepped in and became secure.
He even went to my aunt, and he was like, listen, you know, he didn't tell her, you know, what happened, but he went to my aunt who was living there before, and he was like, you know, I'm gonna move into the house. I'm gonna take care of everything. You don't worry about Divine.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he moved in, and then 6 months after that, he proposed, and it
KJ was not playing games. Cody,
listen.
It was a very it was a very intimate proposal. It was just he and I. It was Christmas morning.
Wow.
He wrapped my ring in like 50 boxes. So I was opening gifts. And then finally I got to the middle gift, which was the ring, and then he proposed.
And you were how old?
I was 22, you were 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got married a year after.
Yeah. Women, I hope you're listening to this. These are young, they were young people, and they did it romantically and very, that is so amazing. And I'm still taken back, you know, Keith did not have a father. Where did he see all of this?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, all right. Basically, all right, my aunt, and she's very open with it, so I don't mind talking about it.
Okay.
While living in Africa, my aunt, she had an abusive husband, right? And every night it would be like she would get hit, they would row, they would argue, they would do a whole lot, and he would put his hands on her, right? And this would happen like at least 3 times a week. And I promised myself, like, you know what, I'm going to be the complete opposite.
Yes.
So honestly, like saying that made me become a better man, you know, and knowing that, look here, I can't be what he is, because I know that's not becoming a man. He is not a man, you know, you put your hands on a woman. So, yeah. That's
okay, don't worry. Everybody, Skylar, she behaved so well last week at the reunion. I don't know what's going on. Freddie, we need you, please. I want to get on with the show. But yeah, so you saw a lot of abuse in the home.
I saw a lot of abuse, and it hurt me because I know I was like little to nothing, and that's why I'm in the gym now, because that was a little thing. So I couldn't pretend I was skinty.
It was
skinty, you know. So shout out to Slugger. He was
the
one who put me in the gym.
Well, D was talking about that earlier.
Slugger is the reason why I'm in all this fitness game, but we can talk about that right now.
Yeah.
All right, but I couldn't protect her. So, like, hearing it, going to bed at night, like, wake up in the morning, like, looking at her, like, bruised and crying, and, you know, couldn't go to work the next day because of that. And, you know, I said, you know what? When I am older, I would not put my wife through this, you know, so, yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. So, they got married, they got proposed 6 months.
After 6 months, I knew what I want. You know, you want something, you get it.
But you're young. How did you know what you want?
I know. Let me show you. 7 years later, I still got it.
Whoa! That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Let me just read a few of the comments. People are saying the case of the ex. Amanda Burrows says, Devania, I never saw this dress though.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. KJ, Freddie says, KJ, you want link on me? I think he mean in the ex.
No.
Yeah.
No, I want to be straight, dude.
Yeah.
When he see me, he shake my hand. He give me daps. Every time he see me now.
Right now.
To this day, when he see me, he shakes my hand and asks me, what's going on, boss? You know?
Everything cool.
Wow.
Everything cool.
Wow, wow. Tonya Williams says, no way. Well, Tonya Lightborn says, no way. Everyone is saying the case of the ex, that's a Lifetime movie kind of action. Wow.
It was.
Freddie says, secure. I taught KJ all of that. And Freddie says, real man. Darlene the Nixon says, bam, bam, take that. Amanda says, y'all so cute and thing. Let's carry on. So they got engaged and now it's time to get married. So who helped along? Were you working? Who helped along with the prep? You had a beautiful wedding. I saw a few of the images. It was very beautiful, young. How did it all come together?
So you know they say it's who you know.
It's who you know.
That's who you know.
This is true.
One of my aunts had connections at the Malia Hotel, which helped us a little bit with that part. We did a breakfast reception first of all, which is the cheapest thing.
Yes.
You could feed people.
Yes.
So we did that. And my my godmother, she took care of everything as far as the hotel for us. So we just had to do decor, which we did very minimal, but it was still very beautiful. And you know, I mean, I don't think we were so much focused on how everything looked. We were just more focused on, you know, getting married, being together, and having all of our family there. We actually, our wedding was 2 days after Hurricane. It was Irene. In 2001. It was
2001.
Hold on, how long y'all were married for now?
August makes 7 years.
7 years.
No, not yet 2001.
I mean 2011, sorry.
She has too much to drink. Just apologize, you know.
It's the makeup?
Yeah, with 2011, I think it was Irene. And so Irene came and the coordinator at the hotel was like, so I think you're going to need to postpone this wedding. And the people who were doing the decor was like, all your flowers stuck in Miami. And I was like, listen, get the beach together because our ceremony was on the beach.
Listen, I was ready to be like, okay, we can wait another week.
And I
this
was
woman
like,
turned the beast mode. KJ,
I was in the eye of the storm in the hurricane, putting together my the programs for the ceremony, putting my little yellow ribbons around them, and I was telling everyone, I was like, you know
found
what?
something from the wedding.
I found the actual
program.
It's a lot of
So I was like, y'all better make it happen because I get married, and we left for our honeymoon that same afternoon, and luckily both of us had visas because we had to clear in Orlando because the U.S. TSA agents still weren't here because of the storm. So if we didn't have visas, we wouldn't even be able to go on our honeymoon.
Wow.
So that was the first, I think, testament of what our relationship would have been.
Yeah, but even before that, before all the wedding stuff, like a few months before the wedding, my job, they let me off. So I got laid off. I got let go from my job. So I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Wow. So where were you working at the time?
Lord.
Is it okay?
Sandoz. I was working at Sandoz.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I was
fine.
working at Sandoz. So.
My husband was actually the shelf boy at Super Value.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't know it then.
I didn't want to shut him off or laying me off because, you know.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. You
don't need that no more.
Huh?
You got laid off, you said.
Yeah, I got let go. They let me go. Not laid off. No, not laid off. Laid off and let go. Two different things. They let me go.
They let you go.
Let me go.
Just before the wedding.
Yeah, right, like 2 months out, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, they found a reason and I was out.
So talk to us. During the marriage, very young, were there any like hard times that you faced in the marriage, young marriage, challenges?
I think the biggest challenge, at least like first starting out, was like financial kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we were still young, we were still figuring out, you know, savings and, you know, what you spend money on and what you don't spend money on and that kind of thing. So I think, you know, that first year or so, we were still figuring out, okay, how does this thing work? And, you know, they say finances is one of the major things in a relationship that could completely tear you apart.
Oh, it can.
So I think that was the first. I think, but after the first year, I feel like we established that, you know, we'd have a joint account together that we'd use to pay bills, and then we'll have our own separate accounts so that he could. I say this before on one of your Faith Talks, so he could buy all the tennis from the shoe connect.
Shout out 242.
And I not have.
Don't tell me you have a closet full of tennis too, because this
all
is
still in boxes.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
Still in boxes.
Sorry, but that's the only thing I buy. So I mean, I splurge on other things.
So I think that alleviated a lot of, you know, little arguments we'd have, because I'd be like, AJ, another set of tennis, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of let it go too, because I'm like, you know, it's better he does that than spend it elsewhere. So let's be happy for that.
So I think after that first year, we kind of got that part, you know, tightened up, and then from there, I mean,
from there, I mean,
we had, you know, every married couple, you have your arguments, you have your issues,
ups and downs,
but you work through those, and you just, you know, you talk through it and deal with it.
Who says sorry the most? Like if something happens, who
I find myself always saying sorry.
Well,
no. I find myself saying sorry a lot, you know, because we have a weird way of communicating.
Yeah, but you just say sorry and mean it, or you just say sorry because you don't want me to make no more noise.
That one.
Wow. You say sorry because Freddie doesn't allow me to go upset too long. He just be like, you know what, I'm just tired of all of this. So he's usually the one, because I can hold along. I can hold it in. I can hold it in for a long time. But I want to read some of the comments because they're coming in and I do not want to miss what people are saying. I'm scrolling down. I am here. Freddie says he knows why. KJ, I can't remember what it was. Tropical Tea says so inspired. Amanda says, Devania, tell her about the grapefruit.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Thank you. This is good. Tell us about the grapefruit.
No. All right. Go on YouTube. Go on Hensy Happenings. Yeah, we ain't tell you with it. Go on YouTube.
Okay, yes.
Hensy Happenings. You're gonna find the grapefruit video.
My God.
Hensy Happenings.
I gotta continue reading. Amanda says you can't count, Devania. That's you.
2001.
Kira says focus, Devania. Focus. Amanda says you must need to name your future baby girl Irene.
No, that's not.
Yellow Angel says, oh, that is the late Ace daughter. Your dad is Ace? Yeah. Oh, well, somebody there knows your dad. China says the day turned out beautifully. Any more comments? Cindy Thompson, your mom. Oh, someone there knows both your parents. Yeah. Wow. Glow and black, all your business, Freddie. Tropical Tea has a question. How did you all overcome challenges, and were there any temptations?
Challenges, I mean, all right, temptations come in every form and fashion, all right? You as a person, you should know how to, you know, deal with that. Are you going to give in, all right? And if you do give in, how do you now deal with it? You know? Now, just to say, temptation is, there is a piece of candy in the day when you know you touch that candy, listen, game over, you know? So you do touch the candy, now how are you going to deal with it, you know? Now, I've had a lot of temptation in my life back then.
Especially
in the starting, the field I was in, you know, making that transition from being a singer and having a lot of females, you know, being attracted to me, right? And she tells you, like, every time I'm in the studio, another female will come and she'll be like, wait, who that is, you know?
Wow!
And I mean,
you're a corner.
Right. But they want to know, who is this guy?
That's how it was.
Right.
And And believe it or not, after I got married, it was harder, you know. They came by the dozens, you know. And now I'm that's the devil, real talk.
That's the truth.
You know, now taking it back to my aunt, I know exactly how my uncle was, you know. Now I'll be honest out there. Every now and again, you know, I gave in, you know, but then my wife, she would approach me, you know, and if she wouldn't have approached me about it, I probably would have still been out there doing foolishness, you know.
So
and I thank God for the woman she is to check me every time.
Wow.
You know?
That's right.
And she never,
Wow.
and
The woman team.
she checked me, you know, and
Yes.
she never gave up, and that's how I know every woman, you know. And ever since then, I know what I said, I would make a change, because some women would be like, you know what, this dude doing foolishness, I'm out of here, you know. And because she stayed and she forgave me, I made a vow to never leave her side, and that's to this day, like moving forward.
Ladies, are you hearing this? One for the women's team.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta check there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! But it cost you to turn around.
Yeah. And some guys be like, oh yeah, 100% faithful. I wasn't faithful. And I'll be honest, I wasn't faithful at first.
And I think a lot of it too is because, you know, I mean, he was so used to, you know, he was a singer and he worked, he worked in entertainment.
Right.
So, you know, you have them single girls who drinking and they ain't even checking for what's going on outside of those sandals doors.
Right.
So I think a lot of it was, you know, he's still, and granted we were still very young.
Yeah.
So I took all that into consideration. I'm like, okay, I enough to steer him in the correct direction.
Yes.
And we're gonna have to figure it out and make sure, you know, he understands, you know, what I will and will not tolerate.
Wow.
So I think once he understood, you know, like, no, this is not how this whole marriage thing works, is, you know, and I mean, and it wasn't millions of times. It was like 1-2 times, check you. Yeah. And then he was like, all right,
So for a woman watching now who may be going through it, whether married or whatever, would you advise them to continue to forgive and work it out? Or?
So, you know what, like you always see, you know, women on the outside looking in, they'd be like, child, I leave him and this, and I mean, everyone on hard mouth until you in that situation. And it also depends on, you know, the extent of what that mistrust is. He never slept with anyone else. It's just simple flirting kind of things that I had to be like, you're gonna have to cut that out. Now. He never slept with anyone. But I mean, even if, you know, your spouse or whoever sleeps with someone, you have to figure out it within yourself. Do you want to work it out, or do you want to leave? No one knows what they will do in that situation until you are in that situation. It's easy for someone to say, oh, he cheated on you, you need to leave that man. That's your husband. That's the father of your children. It's not that easy to just say, oh, I can pick up and go because whatever. So I mean, it's a case by case thing. You have to know what you want, and if you feel like your significant other is willing to make that change, because if they aren't, if you give them that one chance and then they still doing it over and over and over, now it's pattern, and they know, okay, you can just forgive them, so they just taking advantage of you at that point.
That's right.
So you have to be able to gauge and know, you know, okay, he's not taking me seriously. I need to really check what's going on. Is he really serious about me and my feelings?
Right.
So that's what I would.
Wow. I gotta read the comments because they're rolling in for you all. Tanya says, we can hold it in, buddy. Women are masters. That is the truth. Amanda says she's dying. I mean, she's really laughing her head off. Ask Dee about her job and her amazing co-workers and what she does.
Can you tell that I work with her?
Yes, oh my God. Lady A Minute says, we are powerful team women. T Tiny says, that's right, you gotta check him. Forgiveness is also key. Freddie says, KJ, sound like you get beaten. Lady Minute says, great pointer. Tropical Tea also, she has another question again. So you feel as if women should have patience and stay instead of leaving? I'm so sorry for all the questions. No, carry on. I'm young and just learning from everyone on Faith Talk. Appreciate this show. That's awesome. So share with her for us, please.
So like I said, you know, I mean, you have to know you in your relationship, you will know. Women have that instinct. Women instinctively know.
Is the truth?
You could love that man to death, and in the back of your mind,
you know he
have
doing
that
something
instinct that he's doing one, that if he's doing something out the way, and two, you will know instinctively that he ain't really trying to fix your situation.
Yeah.
So you just have to follow your instinct. You can't just be, you can't function off of, oh, but I really, really like him. You know, you have to really weigh out your pros and cons, and you have to listen to your instincts. You know, we all know. We know.
No, we do. We do, but
know,
we brush it off.
Yeah, we don't listen to it because either you have friends in your ear or you just really, you know, oh, he's so fine and I really like him so much. But you have to pay attention to your instincts, and you'll know.
So every time you caught up with KJ, well, the 2 times, how did he come back at you? What was the makeup game? Because you know a lot of have these.
We honestly I'll be honest, I went into full defense mode, but at the end of the day, I was wrong, and I had to, you know, apologize and try my best to fix it and save our marriage, because I know the reason why I came into the marriage, and I honestly didn't want to let her go. So ever since then, I was like, you know, I'm going to try my best to move forward, straight, and
because it was not about her. No, you came here.
I mean, we all humans.
That is right.
That is right. And mistakes happen. You know, so I mean, if like I said, if you are going through that out there, just try your best to communicate. Communication is key. Yes. And I'm glad that she communicated with me at that time, and she was able to say, you know what, this is what you should be doing, and I don't appreciate this and that, and we need to move forward, because we cannot move forward if this is here, you know?
Exactly.
So, communication. So she communicated with me, and we were good from there.
And also, you know, it was reciprocated. You know, if he felt like, you know, he was missing something at home, that he felt like he had to
go out there,
right, then, you know, he communicated with me as well. It's not only about, oh, you did something, so I need to fix it. You both need to work together to fix whatever the problem is.
Great point. The Nixon says good stuff. Brown Instagram says, wow, love the honesty. Tiny says, good question. The Nixon says, marriage isn't for the weak, quitting or giving up easily. Lady Amina says, that's so true. The vows put us in ties. That takes a vital thought process. Great points, Mrs. Hinsey from the Nixons. Freddie says, love the Hinseys. And we all do.
We love the light burns.
Oh, thank you.
All of them.
All of them.
Amanda says, real talk. This is a wonderful couple. Love you guys.
Oh, we love
the
you
Nixon
too.
says, woman's intuition. That don't lead us wrong. Vando's here. Hello, Vando. He says, look at Sky. This is not Sky's show, though. Freddie says, teach these niggas KJ.
Teach them. No.
But this is, you know, this is very rare that a man will come on and say that I messed up.
Yeah.
A lot of times men don't want to say that they messed up.
See, and that's, you have to accept it, and, you know, and say when you messed up, you know. Be real, you know. Somebody used to say as a real nigga, but no, you ain't real because you're not gonna accept your wrongs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
what do you get out of that? I mean, what do you? I mean,
they feed it to them when he goes.
Yeah.
If they feed it to it, like a real man. So I always honest and I always doing this, you know, and I faithful to my wife. Nah.
And I think that's an issue too with our men, is that they don't want to talk. You know, us women, all of us have. You know, at least I have a couple of groups where, you know, we talk about any issues that we're having. Men don't typically really do that.
We have a weird way of communicating, but we get it done. Like if Devanya has something on her mind and I'm at work and I see a text come through this long, I say,
oh Lord, you know that there's a problem.
And I'll be like, if I'm in a session, I'll be like, all right, then, you know what? Let me read.
Because I'm the kind of person, I can't in the moment. If I have a problem, I can't verbally say it because I'm gonna miss something out. I can't miss out anything. So I just have to sit down in my thoughts and I just have to write everything down, because when I tell you what I'm feeling, I need to make sure I get every point in there. I can't, because in a face-to-face conversation, we can just start arguing, and I get everything out what I wanted to say.
Well, in a face-to-face conversation.
No, because I'm learning how to deal with my, like what I told you when I was younger, I had a short temper. So I was non-tolerant. And being in a relationship now is teaching me more patience to actually try my best to listen to what my wife has to say, even though I know she's coming at me. I'm like, you know what, D? Let's talk about this later.
Yeah, his mechanism is, he'll just be like, no, you only gonna make me upset, and then he'll walk away. So I can't, when you can't finish what you want to say.
Yeah.
So we cut that whole part out, and then I need a text early in the morning, and then we meet when we get home, we talk about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's our way of doing it.
Let me ask you a question, because we jumping all over the place, but that's okay. No, that's fine. But the cell phone, do you have a problem with him in his cell phone all the time, or she's in her cell phone all the time? Let's hear from you, because this question is coming.
He will tell at dinner. The only time I have a problem is when we're sitting down at dinner.
You sound like me.
Why? Why you have to be doing this if we're sitting down?
I put Freddie on a timeout for that, because it's like, why are we here?
And he'll tell me, oh, I have business queries coming in. I was like, they can wait 2 hours until we finish with dinner.
Absolutely.
It's a time to work, and it's a time to sit down and have conversation with.
It's different when you are an entrepreneur.
Negative.
No. Okay, the cameraman is doing like squats at the back.
Listen, when you are an entrepreneur, like, you have that, I think you have that time frame to really close that sale or lose it. So if somebody inquires about something, say, hey, I'm interested. That's opening the door right now. I'm interested in personal training. I'm interested in Fit Camp or something, right? Fit Camp every month.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Now, once I see that, I have to get on that, because that could be a possible sale. That could be another bill paid, so I gotta get on that,
And my thing to my thing to him is, if they really serious about wanting to train or wanting to come to Fit Camp, they will still be interested in 2 hours.
After the dinner.
After dinner is done.
This is the mindset of an entrepreneur. You have to get on it right away.
So when is our time?
You always have time to be here.
Oh my God!
That time out of it.
Listen, you gotta love them.
You have to. Me as an entrepreneur, I like to get on that right away, close the deal, and bang, you have my undivided attention again.
Don't worry, I still working on him with that one, ladies. You know what? It's take time.
Yeah, you mean the cell phone?
The cell phone thing.
I think Freddie is getting real good at that now. Like real good. He's getting real good.
I'm gonna have to put the automatic response on his Facebook
That's what
so
I'm
it
talking
can say,
about.
we will be back with you within 24 hours or something.
I agree. I asked that for you ladies, because I know some women out there, they probably want to know, because this cell phone technology has really put a stunt in communicating. I don't know if you know, sometimes you find yourself, you don't talk, but you will text. And then when you come home, there's nothing to say. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all have that issue, but that is something that Freddie and I worked on.
She always has something to say.
I talk a lot too. So
listen,
I don't know.
Man, I was telling Joe Sherrod, like, when I come home, they're tired, right? They're tired. So what I do is, sometimes I have a mind cave. So the mind cave is like, any door I go to, I have access to my mind cave.
Shout out to the mind cave.
Sometimes they shoot for the mind cave, and then she'll come inside there, or you home, and you couldn't even come in the room. That's my 20 to 30 minutes of just nobody, right?
Nobody, yeah.
So one time I got up late. Like I dying, like I dead tired, like I will puke. I was sleep so bad, right? I laid on, all this. So KJ. So I said, I was asleep. So KJ, you wouldn't believe, and they said, all right. Yeah, so she also has something to do.
And she always has something. Wow. More comments. Freddie says, real niggas keep home happy. Vando says, listen, I messed up with my wife before we were married, and I had to suck in my pride and say I messed up. Two things can happen. She leaves, or y'all work it out. Lady Amin says, yes, that's a thought process, legit. Freddie says, money gotta make.
Money gotta make.
Vando says, yes, I have a problem with my wife in her cell phone all the time. That is a man having a problem with a woman in the cell phone when we are eating and chilling. Wow. Not at dinner time. People disagree with the dinner time and the cell phones. The next one says, I have a problem with my husband always in his phone. Sammy says, set those hours of Operation KJ.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the truth.
I will.
The next one says, where's the level of respect when it's quality time or out to dinner? Tonya says, you want to answer?
I respect my wife. And I know she gets on me. Like when we're at dinner, yeah, she gets on me. And I when she check me, like I mad. Like don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
but that's Freddie too.
But don't tell me. But I still.
But you have to understand perspective too. Like I understand where he is coming from when he says, he want to make sure, he making the money and all this stuff. But we actually started reading love languages, and we learned what our love languages are. Mine is quality time. So in the book, it actually talks about,
Baby, we gotta read that book.
No, it is a very good book.
Wow.
We learned
love language.
That his love language is touch, and mine is quality time. So we had to kind of maneuver and understand what each of our love languages were.
Well, don't touch KJ on the couch.
No.
You touch.
Yeah, so I gotta.
Yeah, like he
loves to touch.
That's how he shows his affection.
I love to touch.
He likes to hug and squeeze and
Freddie's like that too.
Yeah.
But we gotta read that book.
And for me, I need quality time. So when I'm with you, I need your undivided attention. So that's why my cell phone thing at dinner.
That can't work.
Yeah, it can.
I think that I need to find out what I'm getting that book.
Now watch this now. I catch you a few times on the phone at the dinner table.
Right. And you didn't say nothing.
I said, listen, no.
Oh,
now you remember when you tell me don't tell the phone?
Right.
Put that down, but
Right. Oh my God, this is good. So now you're married. Let's get to another deep part. When did you decide that you would have kids?
2 years later.
2 years later.
I don't know that we actually were trying.
We were
for
trying,
a while.
yeah, and she got very depressed.
I was very nervous because I was like, Lord.
You tell me now.
For one, I've never taken birth control a day in my entire life.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this should be easy. When we're ready to go, we can just be right on
it. Get it off, right.
I think it was a year before we got pregnant after we were trying. I was like, I was getting nervous.
Right.
But
I
think after I stopped dwelling on it so much,
and
I think I lost like 15 pounds.
Yeah, she started working out with
me.
me.
I started working out. Wow. I lost 15 pounds, and there it was.
And let me show you how we get to do this. So I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping, right? I'm sleeping. Like, no, my nigga wake me up. Like, she wake me up, KJ. So I wake up, I got this woman like dead excited in my face. I'm like, only 2 days. Are you freaking out? You about to lose your mind and kill me, or something you really excited?
Right.
So she then pulls this pregnancy test,
and I took 2.
Aww.
In front of my face. I sleep and I said, "What the hell is this now?" I didn't know. I tried to figure out why it's sticking in my face.
Right.
And then I say, "Oh, all right then."
All
right. So yeah.
Wow. And then that's when Caden came along.
Caden.
What did he bring to your life? When you had the child, now you have to adjust now. It's not you all anymore. Talk about the adjustment. Parents now.
He was such a good baby.
Yeah.
Like he was sleeping through the night by 3 months.
Wow.
I breastfed him until he was like 10, 11 months old. He was just so easy. He cried only if he was hungry, needed to change, or was sleeping.
Right. And then as he grew older, because Caden, he had a lot of personalities, you know, and like growing up, a lot of facial expressions, you know, and people say, "What? This child is so happy." Hence,
he really is. He is a really happy boy.
He's a very happy boy. Both of them are.
Wow.
But I think he was our honeymoon baby, you know. So like we were just all
ladies have honeymoon knockups.
So he like we were just so infatuated with him, like pictures and. You know, the first one is always
they get all the pictures. want to say, I
Yeah,
take a
we
picture.
ain't
Take
gonna take
a
a
random picture. You got yours.
Right.
Yeah, but he was such an easy baby, you know, and he just brought a new element and aspect of, because now we had to work through different views on how we wanted to raise him.
Yeah.
You know, and especially in terms of discipline, like
Let's talk about
I don't like spanking.
Me
Spanking
either.
is
I
not
don't.
my thing.
I don't either.
And that's probably why they don't listen to me now. But
They don't listen. None of my children listen to the Vanya.
yeah,
I have the ability to step in the room and
Yeah,
these ones
he
to drop like
listens.
flies.
Well, we saw that on. If
Yeah.
you follow them, trust
Yeah.
me. I was telling Dee earlier, you did a video, they were supposed to be in bed.
In bed.
And they did a ninja jump into the
I
bed
guess-
as if nothing was
I just
happening.
step inside the room, Carter, lay back.
Oh my
there's
God.
literally been times where I would FaceTime KJ and be like, KJ, the boys are not sleeping, and I FaceTime and they would listen to him through the phone. I yell and scream at the top of my voice, and no one is even budging. But
I think it's a good balance. though.
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, real talk, yeah. And the thing is, I love my boys, I caress them every now and again, but she doesn't more. She's the one who can lay down and rub them into sleep. I don't do the rubbing to sleep thing. I can't do that. That's you. You go in the room and deal with that.
You take advantage of playing basketball on Kaden though and dunk it
Oh,
on
yeah.
her.
I
And
teach her like
dunk
we
it
start
on
in
her.
her up, you know? And then,
Wow.
yeah, she's the one who fed them up and loved them up more than normal. Yeah. I teach them how to, you know, be strong.
So having Kaden didn't take away from intimacy and the love and everything.
Oh no, I think that added more to it. You know?
Yeah.
That added
Because now you see, like, at least for me, it was like, wow, look at KJ as a father and watching him with Kaden, and it was like, you know, it was a whole new level of, oh boy, I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think with him, it didn't really.
This is what happens with babies.
But as he got older, like now, they don't stay in their bed in the night, in the middle of the night.
I
Two of them.
I can't lay up on my own
right between us.
Wow.
Even as early as this morning, I woke up and he was like, "Come lay down next to me."
Yeah.
KJ wants you next to
So
me.
I was next to Kaden first.
And
So I got up and I lay next to KJ, and Kaden was like, "Mommy, no, you lay next to me."
And I tell him, I said, bro, I was here first, you know.
Freddie always tells Skylar that too.
You just reach.
Wow. So now you have Kaden and that was a level of excitement. And now what took you to the second child? What's the process getting there now?
We always said we wanted
Yeah.
kids 2 years apart. We had hoped it would have been a girl, so we could have.
But y'all going back, so we don't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah, but you know, we wanted with the pigeon pair would have been nice, but it didn't work out that way for us, and we were fine with that. We always said that we wanted kids 2 years apart, and it's so funny because we were actually on a trip to Disney World. We love Disney World.
Hashtag give Kiki more time. That's what I'm saying. You know, to have a couple like Keith and Devanya on, you need like about a week.
Yeah.
Because this couple is, I'm telling you, this is an amazing duo. Trust me, we are back, Sammy. We are back. Send some hearts across the screen. Let us know that you are there. Let us know that you are back. Send your questions in because, of course, this is the final half. And we want to get everything in there. Of course, we ain't forget. We ain't slunking. Y'all can sing before y'all leave. See, I don't forget. I don't forget, and the viewers are not forgetting. So, you know, you can't hear. Somebody can't hear. Check it for me, please.
That's the phone.
Please let us know. Or check your phone because we are up. We are up really loud.
That's them.
Everyone is saying, sing, sing, sing. Oh boy, these viewers are rolling back in. Wow. Isn't it amazing when you can get couples to sit on a couch and they're very transparent? I think that's the beauty of it. When you can sit down and you can talk about things, it shows couples this is what should happen in a relationship. If we cannot talk about this and that, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Wow. And KJ, trust me, you bring life tonight because you were like, I messed up. And people want to find an outlet to say, you know, he did it and he made it, and you know what I mean? There was forgiveness and
and then you move forward and live and, you know, love. That's
wow, live and love. Wow. Devanya is very good at singing Bodak Yellow.
Oh Lord,
Who's
that's
that?
Amanda.
Well, Devanya and KJ is gonna sing one of their songs tonight. They said they have a song, so they will sing. Y'all have a couple songs.
Yep.
Listen.
No, oh yeah, let me backtrack.
Backtrack. Okay.
Devanya indirectly made her way into my life. Like she remixed one of my songs, right? So my song is called Find My Way, right?
What?
So she remixed the song and she was like, you have to find your way with me, right? So and when I listened to the song, so I was mixing the song. No. I know you.
Right there and listen to me record
No,
it.
I mean I was the producer and I was like doing the song, but not until I was mixing the song when she wasn't there. I read line by line, listening line by line. This girl is really, she really like talking to me. You know? So
I like that.
so
KJ.
real talk, because at the time, I mean, I was in a weird relationship that I was about to come out of,
Right.
and she was like spitting the plane like she ain't really for you.
Now hold on, time out.
Me.
You was in a relationship.
No, I was like, it was like somewhat ended, but it was just, you know, dealing with her parents at the time, you know, and talking to her parents.
Lingered.
Yeah, it was lingered, you know, somewhat. So it was like still communication, you know, but at the time, like trying to, you know, like leave it alone at the time. So
But it wasn't for you anyway.
nah,
What's
yeah,
for you is
no.
right here.
Yeah,
That is fine. Thing
Yeah, but I
right here.
had to
That's right.
show it.
That's through the song. Devanya, you
The
rewrote the song.
So she rewrote the song, rewrote my song, and yeah.
This is powerful.
Real me and
This
This
is powerful.
is powerful.
You know?
catch me on the
You
stick.
got plenty game, Devanya. Who teach you this?
Oh, boy, look here.
What can I say?
Another point for the woman team.
Girl wants what she wants.
That's true. When you want what you want, you will go for it. I think I found an attraction in Freddie the same way. I really, you know, and I always talk about this. Freddie and I happened funny, very funny. It was over a bet.
Oh,
It
wow.
was literally a bet. I bet this guy that I would have around me. He was like, oh, Slugger could get any girl he want, you know, he could get anybody he want, and you know, people just falling for him. I said, I could bet you he would fall for me. And he was like, you serious? I said, I bet you I could make him fall for me.
Well, look at that.
And trust me, you know what I did? I
Look at
started to
that.
go to the gym. I wanted to know if he did workout sessions.
Oh.
And so, 1 point for the women's team again. But this is not Freddie and my show. Freddie says lies. Stop it.
Look,
Stop it tonight. I'm going to go back down. Raquel says transparency is always good. Stefan says hashtag this is powerful. Zemi says she rewrote my song. That's a sermon right there. Amen. Lady 8 Minutes says such an inspirational couple. Yes, they are. Freddie, this is not our show tonight, baby. We'll come back. We'll come back and settle that score. So yeah, so Devanya rewrote the line and hit a game. And I think that got Keith too.
Me too.
No, it got me. It got me.
Wow,
Because
do you
I
got
didn't
me?
want to, like, because my cousin, he always said, oh, this one like you, that one like you, she
Right.
will talk to you. I'll be the watch. I ain't into that, right? But when he tell me, oh, but Devanya, you know, she into you. It's like, yeah, man. I don't know.
Wow.
So I put up my yeah, and then she finesse her way into my life, man. Yeah, finesse. Yeah, and then yeah.
Wow. So we're going now to Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was telling you that we were away and we were waiting like for a train at Disney, and we were like, I said to him, because Caden was he like 15 months or something like that at the time. So I was like, well, KJ, if we want him 2 years apart, take 9 months to have a baby, probably need to be working on that right up and now.
And I ain't waste no time.
Literally, when we got home, like a few weeks after we got home,
Yeah.
I was just always so tired, sleeping, falling asleep. And KJ was like, you need to go take a pregnancy test. And I was like, no, man. No, man. Anyway, after another couple weeks of me being just completely exhausted, I took a test and
Wow. Carter was there.
Yeah.
My KJ wasn't wasting no time.
All she had to do was give me the okay.
Wow. But Devanya wanted okay now because she wants a girl.
No, not yet. I have to lose some pounds. I can't put 30 pounds on top of 1,000,000 pounds.
Oh Lord.
I gotta lose the 30
gotta get the
pounds
body
to
back.
put it back on.
Go to one.
She get mad.
I love it. And so now you carried Carter safely.
Perfect pregnancy. No morning sickness. No swelling feet.
Lots
no
of scans,
cravings.
all kind of stuff.
Everything was fine. Delivery, full natural delivery. I didn't even have time to go on a drip that I had him so fast. The nurse told me, if you do this again, the minute you feel something, you just come straight here. Don't stop nowhere. Just hurry up, come. Because that's how quickly I had him. So, you know, he came out, they did the initial check or whatever, and, you know, when they leave them in a room with you for a while before they take them into the nursery.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in the room with us, you know, we were, you know, goo guy and a handbag, whatever. They put him on my breast to try and get him to breastfeed and all the normal steps that happen. Then our doctor, the pediatrician, Dr. Oshan, came into the room and he was like, he was looking a little blue. So he said, well, we're going to take him in the nursery and we just can put some extra oxygen, let him catch himself or whatever have you. So I was like, okay, fine, no problem. So he came back in the room and KJ has a practice that after baby come out and everyone good, he's go get the house ready. He's go home and he's go wash the car, clean inside the car. He's go home, clean the house and everything so that when we come home, everything is in place. Mm-hmm. So he went to go do his after baby birth ritual. And of course, this one day his phone dies, so no one can contact him. But so Dr. Oshan came back in and he was like, you know, the oxygen levels are still a little low. We can watch it for a couple more hours, and if it doesn't get back to normal, we'll take him in the NICU.
Right.
And I didn't think anything of it at that time. I was like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. So I was just chilling, you know, family came to visit and whatever have you. So then he came back in and he was like, okay, you're taking Carter in the NICU. I was like, okay. And but you know, he made it seem like it wasn't anything,
right.
You know,
I guess he didn't want you to panic at that point.
So he was like, we're going to call Dr. Lightbonen, who's the pediatric cardiologist. He's like, we're going to call Dr. Lightbonen just to come and do a check. So I was like, okay, fine. So a couple hours went, and they came back and they was like, do you want to go to the NICU where the baby is? And I was like, yes, please. So they wheeled me up there. And so I'm in the NICU and, you know, I'm kind of looking at everyone's facial expressions, trying to gauge what is really going on here. Because now at this point, they have little tubes in Carter's nose. And he's like on a drip kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, what's happening? Trying to call this one. Phone dead. So can't reach him. And everyone asking me, where's daddy? Where's daddy? And I'm like, I don't know.
Wow.
So I think for a time they were waiting for him to come back to tell me what was going on. And so another hour went by and I was like, what is happening? So I'm just listening to everyone talk, and he, you know, Dr. Lightbonen doing the scan. I'm looking at everyone's face, and no one seems to be panicking. So I'm like, okay, it must be nothing, you know, serious like that. So I hear Dr. Oshan on the phone. Well, Dr. Lightbonen says to me, Mommy, what insurance are you with? So I tell him, you know, what insurance I'm with. And he was like, okay, I need you to call because I need you to get caught on your insurance right now. So I still thinking, oh, I guess whatever little procedure I have to do, he want to make sure I straight. So I call my work because at that time I'm in the hotel, so I have to go through them to add a dependent onto my insurance. So I call work, they get everything sorted out. And so then I hear Dr. Oshan on the phone calling about hospitals that I don't know names of. Wow. I was like, ain't none of them hospitals on this island. So this must be for another baby. Because I sitting there like, well, what baby they calling here? I'm like, well, what baby they calling these hospitals for? So eventually Dr. Lightbonen sits after asking where's daddy for the millionth time. I was like, what is happening? So he was like, okay, So they printed out a picture of a normal heart, and he sat down with me and showed me, you know, what was wrong with it. At this point, it's still engaged to me that the child would have to do a full-fledged open heart surgery in my mind. I still ain't there.
Wow.
So, so eventually they say to me, okay, Carter needs to be flown out immediately because after 5 days of this condition, if it's not fixed, he could die. And I'm like, what? So I call KJ, finally get through to KJ. And I'm like, okay, I need you to come here. So he comes there. So he is informed of what's going on. And immediately he goes on the road. For some reason, we thought the child needed a passport. And so we had the passport. Luckily, you know, we knew people.
Yeah.
So my aunt knew people in the passport office. We had the passport office open for us until must be 7 o'clock.
No, later than that, like.
He was calling Freddie because he was trying to get
I
police
remember
escort
the
to
story, yes.
drive him around because
Yes.
traffic. And
Tahoe.
this was a Friday
Right in the middle.
afternoon. So you know, government entities after
Everybody
3
shutting
o'clock,
down.
everybody
It's a Friday.
shutting down. So first we had to go to the registrar to get the birth certificate and everything. Then he had to get pictures taken for his passport. So someone had to come in to the NICU and they had to like kind of raise up the little bed that he was in. His passport picture, poor thing, he mashed right up in his passport picture. He fresh out the womb. He wasn't even washed off or anything yet. So his passport issue date and his birthday are the same day. So we got our passport in a matter of hours. And so Keith and Carter, they went on a plane that early that
After
next
that,
morning.
telling me that, hey, you looking.
Yeah, first they was trying to tell him he couldn't
I couldn't go. Ain't no way. You
And
taking
so he
my
was
child
like,
on a plane and I ain't going with that.
What?
I let him know. I said,
with the
listen,
baby.
I don't care what you say. I can be on that plane, partner.
So like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm signing, just signing papers over to Colts Children's Memorial, and so that they can have access to all his records and everything like that. And so must be 4 or 5 o'clock that morning, the nurses came into my room because I was in NICU all day. I had NICU for my office that whole day, and the nurse came to me and was like, you just had a baby, I need you to go lay down. I was like, I don't need to go lay down at this
Right,
point.
and all of this is going on.
So she's like, I'm taking you back, you need to lay down. So she was like, before they take the baby, we'll bring you back up to say bye or whatever. So 4 o'clock in the morning, they wake me up, wheel me back over. The nurse that's walking me there is praying, and she's praying in tongues, and that just cost me I was doing so well the whole time until she started praying one piece of praying over me, and I just started crying on the way there. So they had him all hooked up to stuff, and that was hard to see. And because he wasn't at the hospital, he was at Odyssey waiting for them to come so he could get on the plane. So I say bye to him or whatever, and all the nurses there praying and whatever. I'm like, oh God, what is happening? So they went over, and so obviously I wasn't able to go yet because I wasn't even discharged from the hospital yet. So my doctor came in the next morning and she was like, okay, you're discharged. So like the next afternoon, that Saturday, I was discharged and I went home. And so my cousin had Caden, my older cousin, who I told you is granddaddy. So he had Caden and he's like, you want Caden to stay with you or you want me to keep him? Or I was like, let him stay here because I didn't want to be in the house, by myself. So I had Caden with me and, and now that night, now the milk coming in. So I was like, oh God, the milk is in and there's no baby to take it out and the baby in here. And so I sat in the tub. So I sat in the tub with my sore body because I had natural delivery. So I had stitches and I had full breasts and no pump, no electric pump. So I was just sitting in the tub crying, trying to, trying to get milk out or whatever. And so Caden and I went over that Tuesday because on Monday I was like, I gotta go to the bank. I don't know what kind of money we can need for heart surgery. I was like, heart surgery, that must be expensive. I didn't know what insurance covered. Right. I didn't know what was what. So we had a fixed account. So I was like, okay, I was telling Kia to get the hospital to send letters and stuff to verify that, this is why we need it, because, they let you take off for emergencies.
Right.
So I went into the bank that Monday, my sew-up self, wobbling in the bank.
Wow.
Wobbling in the bank, getting that dealt with. I dropped Kaden to school on Monday because I was like, I can't take him with me to get all this stuff done.
Yeah.
So I went, I dropped him to school, went to the bank, got all that sorted out, and I picked him up, and both he and I were on our way. I booked the hotel, everything that Monday, and so Tuesday morning, Kaden and I both were in the airport. Me wobbling with my 2-year-old wobbling in the air, just 2, because he just turned 2 in December. We had Carter in January, so I wobbling and in the airport. So when I got to the hospital and KJ was like, "Oh, this is my wife. This is Carter's mom." They was like, "You just had a baby?" And I was like, yeah, and I was like, yes. And she's like, "You look so good." I was like, well, I didn't really have much of a choice, but I gotta be there. So then we get to the hospital, and everything is very surreal. Like, it's almost like it's not even really happening. You know what I mean? Everything was like, I was like, okay, we really here? Like, what is going on?
That was me every single night when I was at the hospital, because while she was there, like, I didn't want to go anywhere else. I stayed in that hospital. Like, luckily I had friends who stayed in Miami. I would go there, freshen up, and like dash right back to the hospital, like sleep inside the little holding area for the parents, and then every now and again ask permission, hey, I can go see Carter now, and then go there, check on him. Make sure you're good. And that's just before the surgery. It's even after the surgery. It's before the surgery.
So he was in hospital for about
5
days before they...
But I mean, like, what was going through your heads? Because, I mean, here it is, you were carrying the baby, in tons of ultrasounds, and at no time was this ever
So we did ask. We were like, okay, how would they not see? So what he had was, it was transposition of the great vessels. So basically, I don't know biology, but the two vessels in the heart that pump oxygen in and out were reversed.
Yeah.
So he was getting deoxygenated blood to his body. So that's basically what was happening.
Why he was getting.
So what the surgery was to correct it. So they had to take the two cross vessels and put them back.
It's called transposition of the major arteries.
Yeah. So once I got there, and the doctors and nurses at Holtz were so awesome. They were so informative, so caring. Once we got there, they actually printed photos of what a transposition heart looked like and what a real heart looked like. And the surgeon, Dr. Rosenkrantz, he would sit there and he would actually draw exactly what he would do in the surgery. He was like, okay, so we're going to take this. And even the anesthesiologist called to tell us what her role would be in the surgery. So they were very thorough with explaining to us what was going on.
Which was good, because at this time, you are all over the place in your mind.
I think the reason why they were like that, because during that time, before she was there, I was calling them and I was talking to them, looking them straight in the eye, like, what you are going to do to my job?
I could imagine.
And the thing is, what they did was, he basically, he dumbed it down a lot, and I was like, okay, I'm a certified trainer, I know exactly how the heart operates, I know the valves and the arteries, I know everything, please talk to me in doctor form. That's the only way I'll understand it, So when he explained it to me, I said, okay, now how are you going to treat it? And then that's when he brought the surgeon came,
right?
And then the anesthesiologist, and that's when they spoke to me, and then they spoke to my wife when she came over.
Yeah, so... I mean, and during while all this was happening, it was just very surreal. Like, I found myself at some moments being like, why are we here again? But, like I always heard the saying, peace that passes all understanding. I had a very weird peace about all of it. Like, I like people would message me and be like, I don't understand how you're not like freaking out right now.
This is true.
And I would like, I think we both were very calm.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it was just, we just had an overwhelming peace that, you know, everything was gonna be okay. You know, and while it was surreal and it was like really scary, I think at the same time we knew like, you know, everything's gonna be okay. There was one moment where KJ was like, "Nah, D, just brace yourself, just in case."
I'm the one. Like, you know what? Like, God forbid, this doesn't follow through the way we want it to.
Yeah.
I just need you to find strength,
and
right? And she was
right
like, "My child ain't dying. He's gonna live."
I cut him off before he could even finish.
I'm the one who, like, you know,
he was like, "Nah, D,
I gotta be strong just in case."
Just in case, you know, it don't work out. I was like, no, I'm going to stop you right there because he's going to be fine.
That's right.
So, you know, it's the morning of the surgery. You know, the surgeon comes in to talk to us one last time, and I was like, you know, can we pray with you or whatever? And we prayed with him, and
you all prayed with the
surgeon.
Yes. Okay.
So he went in, and then, you know, he and I prayed together again. And so the doctors were all like, okay, it was supposed to be like a 7 to 8 hour surgery.
7 to 8 hours.
So they were like, don't wait in the waiting room. You're gonna lose your mind if you just sit there for 7 hours and wait. So they were like, go out, you know, if anything happens, we had a US number. They were like, we'll call you. So I was like, okay, fine. So we went out, you know, got something to eat, did little odds and ends, went to the hotel. But, you know, nobody could really function with sense. And
what we did was...
And then he had people, like, messaging, like, to check, like, just to check in on us. That wasn't in the hospital. And every time his phone would vibrate or ping or ring, my heart would sink. I was like, KJ, please turn your phone on silent. I can't.
Wow.
So we actually had a timer on the phone. We were like, at 8 hours, we went back to the hospital.
And every time somebody walk across the door.
So at 8 hours, we were back in the waiting room, you know, because the surgery's supposed to take 8 hours. So it was like 9 hours, and I was like, what is going on?
Wow.
So then a nurse walked in the room, heart sink. I was like, oh God, what happened? So she came in and she was like, Hinsies? And I was like, oh God. So she came and she was like, okay, you know, just wanted to update you. Apparently, whatever they saw on the screen, something was different. So they had to maneuver around what was different on the scans. He was like, she was like, everything's going well, we're almost done, whatever have you. So after another 2 hours, the surgeon came in and I was like, heart sink again.
Right.
I think I stopped breathing for literally like 20 seconds.
Yeah, but he came in and Kaden was there. Kaden ran to him or whatever, and he's like, hi, big brother. And so we look at each other and he's like, well, if he's saying hi, big brother, God alive.
That's right.
So he came to us and he was like, everything went well, and he's, you know, everything went good, he's fine, he'll wake up in another couple minutes and that kind of thing. And so he reached his hand out to like shake my hand, and I was like, sir, you just saved my child's life. I'm gonna hug you right now.
Yes.
So I hugged him, KJ hugged him, Kaden came in and he got a whole Lindsay hug. And so after that, he was in. They had to leave his chest open for it was like 2 days. They left his chest open because they had to wait for the swelling to go down before they could close his chest. So in order to go and see him, you had to like glove up and put on
masks,
all that stuff. And at that point, because the first night of the surgery, I stayed at the hospital, and he went back to the hotel with Kaden. So then he messaged me and he was like, Kaden, itching. And before the day after, like that afternoon that he was in school, they sent out something to say, you know, just forewarning parents that one of the children in the class had a hand, foot, and mouth. And I was like, man, Kaden only been in school 1 day, and he didn't get that. So the first night, I at the hospital, KJ at the hotel, and he messaged him, and he's like, Kaden just scratching, and crying, and uncomfortable, and all this stuff. So I was like, oh Lord, what you think it is? And he take a picture, and he's like, he had little dots on the bottom. So I say, take the child off my fucking mouth right now.
Another thing.
So that next morning, we had to take him cream and stuff. I was like, you know,
One thing to the next.
then we had to change all the sheets and everything in the hotel because we were getting ready to bring Carter home.
Right.
And we didn't want Carter to get, you know, he knew he's susceptible to all this stuff.
Right.
And so, but what I think was really, what was really powerful for us was when they told us that we could bring the car seat to take him home. There was another lady that, you know, we were in constant contact with. This Carter was in the hospital for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So there was this other lady who, she also had a son named Caden, and she had just had a baby who was in the NICU.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on with her baby, but when we brought the car seat, you know, she had a lot of family around her, and she would always like play with Caden and be like, oh, I have a Caden too, and that kind of thing. So she had a lot of family around her, and I heard one of the people talking to her saying, he is your angel now. And I was like, so I actually took
Are you serious?
Right, so I actually took our car seat and I left it outside of the family waiting room because I was like, I don't want us, because we've been in communication with them for 3 weeks now. I didn't want her to see us bringing a car seat and taking our baby home, and she had just lost hers. Wow. So I was like, boy, KJ, you see, we have to count our blessings. We're taking our baby home today, and she's mourning the loss of hers.
Wow.
You know, so that was something that really, you know, that really hit home for us.
Wow. Someone is saying something. Yes, Stephen. Pardon? I can't hear you.
He's saying the time, 9:41.
Oh yeah, we almost done everything. This is cause you know something.
We still got viewers.
We still got viewers, and KJ and Devanya, y'all break the Faith Talk record. She have never been 2 hours on a session yet.
Wow.
But I wanna. Wow, people are writing in. Freddie says he remembered that so clear. Yeah. That's his brother on the couch. Billy says that's a real friend. Freddie says that was my stress. I felt like that was my son.
I call him. Before I call anybody, I say, you know what? Let me call Slug.
I remember.
He's the only one who probably help you right now to maneuver and get to where I need to go.
But can I share something with you all? I think I may have shared it before, but your situation saved my life.
I remember Slug.
It saved my life because, you know, when I went to have Skylar, you know, I really wanted to have her here, but I was being pushed to have her away. And when that situation happened, instantly Freddie said, I'm sorry, we going away to have this baby, because all he kept saying was like, I can't imagine what KJ is thinking in his head. You know, your son is here, and now you gotta find passport, you gotta take an emergency flight, and he said, I cannot,
I go in full mode.
Freddie was like, I cannot deal with this.
Running every red light, doing this, doing that, I didn't care.
Not knowing that one thing saved my life, because as I was bleeding out, there was another lady bleeding out. She died and I lived. So it was like the same situation. You took your baby, Freddie took his wife. So you really gotta come, you just don't know, you just never know. But Caden is strong heart. You call him strong heart.
Carter, that's me. Carter. Yeah, strong heart. That's why I got this tattoo. And all of my boys, like a whole storyline.
But if you meet Carter, you would never think.
Oh no.
Well, I met him, and he is.
I always say, I think they pumped some steroids while they had his heart open.
And why does he like to climb so much?
He loves to climb.
Climbing everywhere.
He's too strong for his age. He's too active.
Strong,
too active. And they're telling us that Carter should not and will not be able to play collegiate sports. And I mean, knowing my son, if he is anything like me, the minute you say I can't do it,
you're gonna show them that you can.
You know. So I'll try my best not to tell him that he can't do it, but hey, let's try this, or let's try this a different way, you know. But I don't want to use that word can't. When he gets older.
But has he had any issues since?
No issues, man.
He's not on any medication. He just does checkups every 6 months.
Checkups every 6 months. This is a testimony. Billy says Kenny says a mother's love unconditionally. Billy has the chills. Zemi is literally crying, the emoji face. That Diva says, wow. Please forgive me with these Instagram names. Someone's here saying, our Lord. Talia says, I can't even imagine that. Billy says, the strength of a woman. Freddie says, people only see the flourish. Tanya says, man, I'm in near tears. Freddie says they don't know the story. Billy says, Lord knows we built for battle and then some. Kenny says a journey of faith. Tonya says what Freddie said. Lady 8 Minutes says, story sure is powerful, true testimony. Amanda says, what a brave, strong couple. Kenny says, Carter's strength came from his parents. Amazing. Billy says, wow, that's comforting. Amen is from Miss Act. Zemi says, you needed that. Praise God.
That's Megan.
Hashtag peace. That's Megan. Okay.
Megan,
I'll call you Megan
yeah.
from now on.
Yeah, that's Megan.
Tonya says, such faith. Billy says, power in the tongue. Adeline says, walking by faith. Amanda says, can y'all stop now? I am tearing up. Kenny says, that was my motto during my daughter's journey, walking by faith. Adeline says, this is so touching. Talia says, praise God. Megan has her hands up. Darlene is, are you crying or laughing, the emoji?
I think she said wrong emoji after.
Okay. Zemi says, whole Hinsey hug. Lady 8 Minutes says, wow, miracles. Billy says, what a curveball. The boss has arrived. She's too sweet. Oh yeah, Skylar's here. Zemi eyes are watering again. We tuned in. This is Megan. We tuned in. Don't worry about the time. Okay. Billy says, keep going, but we gotta go to bed. Billy says, I love his little personality. Zemi says she loved the show. Freddie says, shout out to all the people that fake cared when it was hot.
Yeah.
That's
And
real.
then I think another aspect of that was that we didn't have any grand, like no, you know, because normally your parents would be the ones to fly over with you and be there. It was literally
It's just us.
me,
It was-
him, and Kaden.
That's it.
It was just us.
From beginning,
From beginning to
like
end.
from us, from me going on the plane, and it was the hardest thing, like to try not to show emotion, you know. But honestly, like when I got by myself, when I tell you, I was crying like almost 3-4 hours.
Wow.
You know, because the macho man, you ain't trying to show no type of weakness. You know what I mean? Tears isn't a sign of weakness, but I just want to show emotions right then and there. I wanted to go in my comfort place, so I could just let it all out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
Even traveling in the airport, just
Yeah.
me and Kaden.
Yeah,
Like, that's when it takes you back to, boy, if mommy and daddy was here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I asked
Yeah.
if you really have those moments because
Yeah, all
you
the
know.
time.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. But beautiful kids, they don't lack anything. They're loved children. They're very happy. KJ has them singing all the time. Then I watched a little video that KJ had up, and I think it was Kaden. He was, I don't understand the song. It's some ra-da-da-da-da something.
Oh.
That's my
He
That's
knows,
mine got hot.
right, and he got all of the videos. So one of them are gonna be a singer. I don't know which one.
Carter's gonna be the singer.
Carter's
Carter's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
the
singer.
singer. Carter,
Wow.
he sings himself to sleep
Yeah.
Really?
every night. Every night he sings.
Are you all gonna do a Hinsey happenings vlog on that? I mean, that's cute
No, we're talking. I mean,
The goal is to catch all
Yeah.
these little kind of stuff.
yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Kaden has this thing, like if you call him outside of his name, he'll let you know. If you say, if Divine say, hey baby, I'm not baby, I'm Kaden.
Wow.
I say, hey buddy, I'm not buddy, I'm Kaden.
Oh,
You know?
Master Kaden.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome kids, awesome couple. So I don't know if we're gonna sing first. We're not gonna sing first, but everyone, I have a treat.
You're gonna have to bring us back for that.
I have to bring. If y'all want me to bring Devanya and KJ back, please hit me up in the DM or write me right here now. Let me know because it's such an amazing couple. I mean, they have so much in common. They would have you laughing all night, especially if you follow them on their vlog, Hinsey Happenings. I mean, oh my God, on Snapchat. With KJ is hilarious because one night, I mean,
Snapchat is unfiltered.
unfiltered. Listen, if you go to KJ's Snapchat, beware.
Oh, beware.
All right, beware because it's uncut.
Uncut?
All right, and you're gonna get it. And sometimes he catches Devanya off guard. And there was this one. I think it was Devanya. Yeah, no, I'll talk with Devanya's one first. She was in the bed and she was like, KJ, I can see your future.
Yeah.
Could you tell?
Hey, KJ, I can see your future. You know what this is? You can see these nuts.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God. And then one day, KJ was in the kitchen, Devanya was in the kitchen being mommy. And KJ was like, I said, could you remind me, KJ, you was asking her, hey.
Know what I was doing?
He was looking at
I know, it's saying something.
Oh, that's when he was outside. No, when he was outside.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hold on.
That one.
No, the one when, if KJ has it, y'all gotta find it.
The video on Facebook.
Whatever, please repost it and send it to me. I gotta post it. But he pulls up to the house as if he saw a
And
woman.
he asked Kate, and he's like, "You looking for daddy? I can be your daddy, you know."
And KJ was like, "Go call your mother, man. Call your mother."
Call your
And
movie,
so
man. Dog.
when she came to the door, he said, "Hey, you looking for daddy for your children? I could not come too."
Yeah, man, inside the house.
Yeah, anyone inside
They had
there.
to snap. You made it. They
Oh
come
my
up with a
God.
child in my hand and they walking out.
Oh my God. But if you gotta follow them, we're gonna wrap up, but you have to follow them. Hinsey Happenings, they will have you laughing. They're totally, they're recording everything, their travels, of what they're doing with the children, creating memories. It's so awesome. And like I say, with so much in common, it's the beauty of their relationship and just finding out that they both lost their parents. I mean, that is amazing. I mean, because they're so strong. I mean, these kids, I don't want to see their wives. Trust me, they're going to be amazing young men. Amazing young men. And you just got to pray to be around for their future, you know, that the cycle does not repeat itself, you know. But people there are saying they love the Hinsey Happenings. They love the Hinsey Happenings. But I did a little quiz. We're going to cut the AC off for me, please. I'm cold. I did a quiz before the show with Devanya and KJ. And what's going to happen now is, before we wrap up, because my camera people are wanting me at the time, this is the longest Faith Talk ever. But
they don't want us to come back.
No, they may say, you can't bring them.
There's going to be a part.
We got to start at 6 o'clock first.
Yeah. But I did a little quiz with them, and so I asked them some questions, and you know, how well do you know your spouse? They've been together long, from 19. So y'all can't have no mistakes here.
Oh boy.
12 questions. 12 questions, and hopefully let's see what is what. So, I wish somebody, you want to read the questions for me? Please. Never mind. That's Steph and everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
Start it for me, please. So we're going to start with Devanya. And so Devanya's going to have to tell us, and I'm going to tell her what Keith had to say. Question, please.
Would you like me to mix these up, or how?
No, it has to go in order because they wrote them as that.
Oh, no problem. What is your spouse's favorite comfort food?
What is your spouse's favorite comfort food?
That was hard for me.
No, I know comfort food.
Hold on. I'm reading from Keith's paper. So Keith was answering for Devanya. So Devanya, tell me, what is your favorite comfort food?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what I would go to
Say
thing.
what?
All right.
Like dessert, probably.
No, but we asked food, so we need to know.
Comfort food.
Food?
Dessert, you know, I mean.
Oh, so food?
Yeah.
I want something bad, like bamboo shack or something.
Well, Keith said sushi.
Ah, this is true.
Okay, that's what
She don't know herself. I know about
So
it.
Devanya, what about
Yeah.
Keith? What is his favorite?
I didn't say sushi.
What did you say?
I said like chips or
I
what
say
did I say?
sushi.
Chips or dessert?
Hold on.
Because you don't really.
I'm reading right.
Huh?
Keith,
What's my favorite?
yes.
Sushi.
Sushi. My salmon tempura roll.
I got that wrong.
She got that wrong. She said you like chips or ice cream.
I don't like ice cream.
As a comfort food.
No. Big man, we don't comfort food.
So exactly why I had to struggle with that question.
Wow, next question. She did pause.
If your spouse could change jobs, what would his/her dream job be?
What would Keith's dream job be?
I said
Keith, what would your dream job be if you had to?
I would go back into music, and yeah, I'll go back into music full time.
She said that. She said DJ.
DJ?
Yes.
Music,
Music.
all
Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah.
And Devanya, Keith answered a question. What would you go into? Your dream job.
He probably wouldn't have said it, but I do pageantry. Like,
Pageant.
like putting
That's
on.
a job?
Like yes.
No, a
See?
job. A real job.
Oh.
A real job.
Well, I mean, wedding planning, but I do that now.
Well, Keith put that there. He
Thank
said,
you.
wedding
Yeah,
plan. This
thank
man
you.
knows you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, next question.
Who hogs the bed covers?
Who hogs the bed covers? Keith.
Me.
What? I said me.
Oh, we have a really big one, so she thinks she all gonna.
They both got it right.
Kaden and Carter is all
They
game.
both got it right.
No,
Next
so-
question.
What is your spouse's favorite hobby?
Okay, so stop. Keith, what is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is basketball.
Basketball. So Devonia's like, what?
Is it a gym? It's been basketball in the gym.
She says exercise and singing.
Basketball is exercise.
This is true, but I mean, she's precisely, be specific.
Yeah.
Specific.
And
Sherrod.
Yeah,
Devania, what's yours? I want to tell you what Keith said.
What is it? Hobby?
Yeah, hobby.
Yeah.
What?
No,
No,
you
what?
didn't
No,
put this. Keith answered
Oh,
for
what's
you.
my favorite
What's your
hobby?
hobby?
What?
Travel?
Babe, Keith says organizing. Number 5.
That's
What is your spouse's idea of a favorite date night?
Keith, what is Devonia's favorite date night?
sushi. Seafront sushi.
Seafront sushi, absolutely. Is it? Ah, that's correct. I'm Disney.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Disney.
I had that right. I did, yeah.
You
Seafront
sure
sushi, I
do.
did, yeah.
Keith, what is yours? Let me see if Devania got it right.
Probably seafront sushi.
Dinner and a movie.
Dinner and a movie. We always do that. Dinner.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Dinner. You all do sushi a lot. I noticed that
Every
too.
Friday.
I noticed-
Every Friday.
Every Friday,
Every
yes.
Friday.
Number 6.
I like you.
Oh, no, you stop. Number 6.
What would your spouse say is the best vacation you have taken together?
Keith, what was yours? I'll tell you what Devania said about you.
Our best vacation together? I think the recent one to New York.
Oh, I didn't even think about
She
that
said
one.
California.
California,
I said
yeah,
California.
California. We had a lot of fun, but our most recent one was New York. I had a lot of fun there.
Mm,
We vlogged a lot.
you sure did.
Yeah.
Devania, what was your favorite?
Anyone with Disney involved.
Anything with Disney. Wow, you guys love Disney.
Did I put that?
Keith said New York.
Oh, I didn't.
Hashtag
I did
That
Walt
was a
Disney.
good trip.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
It did look, it was too cold though. I could not
It was
deal
really
with
cold.
that.
It was
I
really
could
cold.
not deal with that. Number 7.
Where was your first date?
Where was the first date? What did you
I
say?
struggle with this one.
What did you say for the, no, Devania, first date?
I said the studio.
We, out on the day, we just
Keith says, see,
seafront sushi.
You
seafront
just say
sushi.
seafront sushi with everything.
Oh my God.
Listen, before we do anything, we use the seafront sushi.
Like the people, the waiters in seafront sushi is be like, boy, I remember when this one was in your belly.
I
That's
see.
literally
Yeah.
how often we go
It
there.
was awesome.
Wow.
So they got all our money.
So, Keith, what is yours? I'll tell you what Devania said.
Perfect date?
Yeah.
The perfect date.
No, for mine.
Oh.
Alright, 16.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Seafront
The
sushi.
perfect-
Number 7 was where was your first date?
Our first date. Was it?
The Keith has seafront sushi here.
I,
And
Yeah,
Devania
I said
has
the
something
studio.
else. She says the studio.
No, yeah.
Who's right?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
Do
maybe,
you remember?
I can't remember. Listen,
I can't
yeah.
It's been years.
Yeah, it's been years.
That's
and,
fine.
Yeah. Did we have an official date night? We just.
I don't
we
think
just-
we had
we
a
just
official
met.
first
Yeah, we
date.
just like,
Yeah.
we didn't even call it a date.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Where was your first kiss? Sorry.
What did you say?
By you.
What?
I said the studio.
The studio.
I kissed you by the studio?
Yes.
Oh, you kissed me by the studio? Sorry, I better rephrase that.
Oh, Devania kissed Keith. Not Keith kissed
Yeah.
Devania. Devania, something else. Go ahead.
What makes your spouse excited? Ooh,
Anyone
What
of
she
you.
would have said?
touchy.
Devania says new business ventures makes
Yeah.
you excited.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like literally when he talking about what he want to do with his business, his whole face lights up.
Yeah, I always talk about she like I always talk about business. I'm a businessman, like business.
Devania, please, what gets you? Go ahead.
What?
Did you say Disney?
Oh God, he did say Mouse and a Mickey Mouse just for Devanya tonight.
Yeah.
Wow, she loved Disney. Next question.
Well, everybody know this one. What is your spouse's favorite restaurant?
Oh, no. Why do you ask this question?
We both did that right. Front
They
sushi.
both did.
That's for sure.
11.
When your spouse gets home, what is the first thing they want?
I want my 9K for my Xbox.
Really?
Oh, Jesus.
Devanya says food.
Food?
That's the first thing
I
you
was
asked
asked.
for.
Yeah,
You
you're
cook?
right. You cook? Yeah.
What did he?
And what you want?
My bad.
He said that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number 12.
Who said I love you first?
They said it first.
I wish you said it first.
Devanya said it was her child. You better let her have that.
Yeah? You said it first?
Yes, I sure did.
This is
You
good.
win.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is good.
You win.
But this was
I like that.
good. You know,
I like
this
that. No
tells you.
arguing.
No argument.
I
I
like
caught
that.
them off guard, Devanya, that she did this before Keith arrived, and then he filled his own out. But it's amazing they really know each other. And that's important because I was like, when she was filling it out, I was like, what if someone do this to me? Would I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
get it? Because Freddie would be thinking twice. I think I know my husband good though. I think I do. I think I do. People here are enjoying you all once again. But of course, we are going to sign off now.
For true this time.
For true this time.
Yeah.
Megan is laughing her head off. She say a real job. B. John Burrows said solid show. Thank you, sir. Billy says this turned into a seafront sushi advertisement. You gotta go get paid.
I'm showing you. We need a
Listen.
ask
Okay,
for
then
some
why don't
money.
you have you on that commercial? You and Devanya and the children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We
like
only
that.
need a
Yeah.
couple free rolls
No,
every Friday.
Listen, business. Give me a year. A year.
Wow.
Free.
We'll advertise so
Yeah.
plenty.
They Chinese. They Chinese.
Wow. Oh, Amanda says, Devanya, see you bright and early.
Yeah.
But I told Keith, you gotta take Dee out tonight. Y'all should see her face. She's glowing.
I'm telling you, man. I be having a full photo shoot with
Yeah,
the,
you all
with the
got
iPhone.
it. Yeah,
and
man, they
But
got
the
it.
lights here, so before.
Yeah, before we go, I gotta post their photo. Y'all gotta see them tonight. But before they go, she said, bring her breakfast, please.
Amanda.
Skylar says, great show. Thank you, Skylar. Send your last request over. Anything you want to, any final words you want to say to Keith and Devanya before they go. But we're gonna let them sing for us.
Lord. I told
And
you,
before
bring it
they
up for that.
No. No.
That's all leverage. To
Nah,
to have us
Christoph, man,
back.
I want y'all to come back. Christoph, what you say?
What do we know? Do you really sing together?
Yeah. Man, we have to prepare for that, man.
What song do you
Listen,
sing?
Christoph.
That's all
Keith is
leverage.
sing off the cuff too.
All leverage, man. That's all
If you're
leverage to come
if you're a
back
true
on
musician,
couch.
you should
No,
be
but
able to
y'all
just
coming
pick that
back.
up.
These people are gonna ask for y'all to come back. They're gonna.
Perfection takes time.
Ooh, look at Christoph. I know why Christoph doing that.
The people
That was
there.
manipulation.
Yeah,
I know why Christoph doing that.
you can do it.
These
You
people
can
are
do
gonna
it.
ask for y'all to come back.
That's good.
They sure will.
Good.
But y'all can
Yeah.
sing. But before I go, and before they sing, I just wanna extend my condolences to one of my followers. She usually follows me here every night, Elizabeth. I don't know if she's here tonight, but she lost her fiance and her son's father. He's 13 years old, and he died of a sudden heart attack. And so I just want to extend my condolences and my prayers to her. She's not here tonight, but she's usually here with me every Wednesday on Faith Talk. And so she wrote me this morning and asked to keep her in prayer. So everyone, please pray for her. I don't know how it feels. I have my parents, but I could just imagine her son now has to go to school and his father's not here, no more birthdays and none of that, you know, no potential marriage or wedding, and he's just gone, you know, with no notice. And so my condolences, Elizabeth. Yeah, and our prayers are with you.
Deepest commiseration.
Any final words or a final song before we close off?
I'm just so happy I was on the couch. I feel like I've made it.
Oh my God, this couch. Listen, when we have season 2 reunion, that means Devanya and Keith will come back with some news. Just like everyone else did.
Lord. No, let's stay focused on #twins for Tonya.
Twins. Oh,
Oh!
did you recognize they didn't want to sit here. They sat in the back of me.
Yeah.
But they did reach to get the oil on their hand, so they already got it
So
anyway.
why?
So I don't know.
All right.
Well, that's what the oil is about.
KJ wants to know why we anoint your hands with the oil. The reason why we do it is because, you know, God put it in me that when you sit on the couch, anything that you are believing for, I come in agreement with you with that. I don't even know what it is that you're believing for.
Jordan,
But we touch your hands, we anoint your hands.
You sitting on the right. You sit in the right place. You want to be. You sit in the right place.
So that when you sit on the couch, anything that you want, you know, I come in agreement with you. Unknowingly, you don't know, but that's what it's all about. All right. So y'all are gonna come back and share on season 2 reunion. It's gonna be hype.
Oh Lord. Okay.
They are shutting the lights off on me.
No, sorry.
Okay. So what are we doing? You're gonna close up with a closing remark or?
A song.
Okay, please. I have to read this and then it's the last remarks. Billy says, when are they coming back? Great story. Wow. Lady Amina says, I sure did enjoy tonight. Supposed to be sleep, but I'm tuned. That Diva says, awesome couple. Billy says, part 2. Jose Drea says, beautiful couple, blessings to you and your little man. Billy says, boy, I like that, twins for Tonya. Lady Minna says, amen. Kenny says, sing, KJ.
Take it away, KJ.
One line, KJ, take us away and we're out.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a man wanna do. But I would never see tomorrow. I was never told about the sorrow.
Okay.
How can you make
Go ahead.
a broken heart? Oh yeah. How can you stop the rain from falling down? Tell me, how can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? That's it.
Wow, send some hearts across the screen. That was amazing. So, could you imagine this man was singing to me? I'm at the dinner table. I was snotty. I mean, it was only left for me to slide under the chair. But how romantic, Devonna. You both can sing. You both can serenade one another. You know, from me to you, I wish you many, many more years of love and anything that you are hoping for, may it come through. For sitting on this couch tonight, I appreciate you, and so did my guests. Everyone is, oh, Megan says, look at her, Trina. Everyone is saying, whoa, beautiful song. Amanda said, that's her song. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. It was amazing. Please, I'll post a photo tonight, and I will put their pages there, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, all of their handle names, and of course their blog, The Hinzi Happenings. You must follow them, get to know this couple. They are amazing. Of course, KJ is a workout fanatic. Devanya is all into the weddings and all of that good stuff.
Physique Total Fitness.
Physique Total Fitness, ladies. If you want to, 5 a.m. in the mornings, even in the evenings, you could get training sessions, all of that. But please, I will put their names at the bottom. You can feel free to follow them and DM them if you were inspired tonight. So I will be bringing them back. Let's see when they will come back. Hopefully it may be season 2 or maybe season 3. I will bring them back, but for sure they will be back. Special thanks to all of you once again. There will be no Faith Talk next week. I'm not doing it because I know everyone going for dinner.
It's Valentine's.
It's Valentine's.
Wildflowers for your flower arrangements.
Wow.
Wow, for the weddings. Wow.
For your Valentine's flowers.
Valentine's. And hey, I think KJ and Devanya doing single-grams for Valentine's. So hit them up, please. Hit them up.
It's confirmed.
Yes, so I think, you know,
you call me, we can do business.
They into some business, so call them, hit them up. They'll come and sing for you. But enjoy your Valentine's. Be safe. Congratulations already to whoever will be getting engaged on next week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Twins for
because
Tonya.
I know that Twins for Tonya, and lots of engagements will happen next week, Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
And so good luck to you and all the best. And thanks to my team, everyone, Glow and Glamour, LSD Couture for the clothes, Nell for the hair, Christoph in the back there with all the camera work. Good night. God bless you. Don't forget to leave your comments at the bottom. When I post a photo, please let us know how you feel. We love you. God bless you. Good night.